the reason why you're not growing as a creator. That's the real problem that we're going to tackle in this video. This is for creators, coaches, anyone that wants to build a personal brand online and sell some sort of information product. This is for you. And I'm going to go in detail on how to grow effectively and how to kind of make your content appeal to a large audience while still being specific and targeting the people that you can really help with your products. So let's get right into it. So, why you aren't growing as a creator. So this is all about building your message effectively so you actually grow an audience organically and then also kind of reach at the same time the people that you really want to help. So I'm just going to go through this little text that I wrote prior to this. So you're confused on what content to create. And I've had this problem and it's kind of been killing me for some time where I just was posting a bunch of content. I was taking the advice from certain people that say you have to stick to your niche, you have to be specific so you can attract the right audience. And then I've, taken the advice from people that I have to follow trends in order to go viral. And then I've just taken the advice of I should just post anything. And none of it really worked. And not only that, it made me feel really unfulfilled because I feel like I wasn't being authentic to myself and ultimately not creating the content that would previously help myself a few years ago. Because as coaches, as creators, we were just ultimately passing on advice that helped us to people that could also benefit from it. So many people are telling you to stick to one niche or follow the trends or make anything you like. And it's leaving you either not doing anything at all or posting a bunch of content and getting minimal results that you actually care about. Which is building a life of freedom, allowing you to scale your business so you can kind of, fuel the life of your dreams to build your vision. And you may be following some creators that are making a substantial income and creating content about whatever they like and it feels effortless to them. And you want to build the exact same thing. You follow people that are just posting whatever they like and they're making a great income and having fun and living their life and sharing the journey along the way. And you want to do the exact same thing. So this is for those that are complete beginners that are just finding out about the creator economy and those who have an existing business and want to scale to 30K a month and beyond. Because these are kind of foundational concepts that apply to both. So the creators that are succeeding right now within their industry, they aren't competing, they're simply on their own lane. Because a lot of the people that are winning are just selling a pretty similar product, but the reason why one creator can get massive success and another one is barely getting off the ground is because of their content. It's because they're the way that they're portraying themselves online. Some people are just purely giving advice, not building any trust through their personal story, not telling people about their accomplishments and building trust. So what is the secret that the top 1% of creators are doing? And this is where it all starts off. Many people are conflicting the idea of direct response marketing or advertising and personal branding, which means advertising and personal branding is vastly different to each other. Let me get into it right now. So direct response marketing or running ads is when you are hyper specific on who you're targeting, which in this case is when people tell you, you should niche down and make it for one specific niche, which means and obviously for paid advertising, you don't rely on any kind of social media algorithm because you just pay for the attention. You're not relying on Instagram or Twitter or whatever platform you're on. You're not relying on the algorithm to allow an ad to work because you just pay for it to work. So you can be very direct and very specific when running ads. But personal branding is the complete opposite. With personal branding, you want to make broader content that still serves your audience, but the main objective is simply to build trust and reciprocity. So what does this mean? This means when you have a personal brand, you need to talk about your journey, you need to talk about what helped you, and you need to do that in a way that is authentic. Because when you're speaking with a friend, you're probably not going to speak to them like, hey, are you are you in X niche and you want to make X amount of income? Like, you're not speaking to them like you're talking to an ad. You're speaking to them in a broad sense. Hey, like, if you want to improve your life, like, this is what I would do. You want to speak to someone like you're building trust, like you're building a personal connection with them. And that's why personal branding is meant to be broad. Because people that make extremely niche content are simply not going to have enough reach to grow their brand. Now, when I mean broader content, I don't mean having one piece of content where you tell people how to make, the best chicken soup, and then in the other piece of content, you're talking to someone of how to deal with their tax. Like, I'm not talking that broad. Like, you have to dial in your interests, and most people have interest in a specific area. And I would just stick to 3 different things. Maybe it's self-improvement, maybe it's business, maybe it's fitness. And you just talk about those 3 things. Or maybe it's self-improvement, maybe it's philosophy, and maybe it's meditation. And then you just talk about those 3 things. But the point is, when you build your personal brand, you want to build it around your interests, around broad topics. Because this is going to allow you to build the audience and get the reach. And within that audience, there's a small amount of people that will buy your product that is for a specific person. So for example, let me just kind of write it down here. So let's say if someone has this big of an audience, let's say this is like, I'm doing this with my thing. So let's say you've got 10K followers. Let's say someone's got 10K followers and then someone's got 1K followers. And this person that got 1K followers has got a hyper specific niche of, let's say this niche is fitness coaches that want to scale to 10K a month. Let's say this has got the 1K people, fitness coaches that want to scale to 10K a month. And this person's got a more broader audience of just maybe it's a bit of fitness coaches, maybe it's a bit of people that are just creators, maybe it's a bit of people that just love self-improvement. But within that 10,000 follower audience, there's 1,000 people within that audience that are fitness coaches that want to scale to 10K a month. So basically, you get the best of both worlds when you go broad, because you still get that specific audience within that 10,000 follower audience, but with 10,000 followers, you have way more reach. So more people will find out about you, people will share it, and you get more people that you can really help through that 10,000 follower audience. It's kind of like, let's just do this in a different color. Let's say everyone here is your target audience. And in the 10,000 follower audience, only this amount of people are really going to ever care about buying your product. But all of these people around, these 9,000 people, they will share your content. They're going to share your content. And when they share your content, they're going to allow more people to funnel into your audience, and they can build this. So hopefully this makes sense, but it's more of an abstract kind of thing here. But this is what you do when you go broad. So the question is, what route do you take as a coach creator? And that all depends on your goal. So the goal is to serve your target audience with the pain problem you can solve for them while making content you enjoy to make. So this avoids burnout and ultimately makes you more fulfilled with your work because you love what you do. I think a big problem within personal branding is people just don't stay consistent and they don't do it long enough. And the main reason is because they don't really care about creating content. It doesn't fuel a fire in them to keep creating content. And that's why I believe that serving a hyper-specific niche leads to burnout. But when you become more human and you create content about things you enjoy, you still attract this audience, but you don't become burned out in the process because you can constantly share what you are curious about and what inspires you. So, as a creator, you are not a machine that does the same thing forever. You fix your own problems and pass on the solutions to your audience. Because what is a machine? It's a machine. A machine can be replaced by AI. And we don't want to be replaced in the near future for sticking to a hyper-specific niche that can be replaced by AI. Because what if in the future, in your hyper-specific niche that you're building, what if someone comes up with an AI software that can just help your niche with that problem? Then your business is dead. But this person has got trust. This person is a human. This person, even if a software comes out, people will still flock to this brand because it's a brand that people enjoy. They enjoy every essence of the brand. So you want to build like an irresistible brand in that sense. So just to kind of reiterate the problem. So you've got this creator, the burnt out creator. And this is where, you just create content to go viral. And you do that by just copying others and just seeing what works. And don't get me wrong, that is a way that people blow up. But the problem with that is you don't build any serious trust and you don't make yourself unique, which means you can be easily replaced. So there's that one problem. And not only that, you get burnt out because maybe some videos do well, maybe some videos don't, and it creates this fluctuation that creates a lot of frustration as well. Not only that, but you've got multiple different products, different offers that is really, really hard for you to focus on and really make your one core product the best it can be. Not only that, you've got no systems. Because you have to create different content, different offers, it becomes messy and you don't have systems to just be more effective in the way that you build your business and your brand. And you rely on organic content. And because of you relying on organic content, your brand fluctuates up and down and you always have to look for the new trends and the new hot thing, and you never build that core audience that trusts you because you have your unique style and the unique value that you bring to the market. Because a lot of people forget that going viral sometimes hurts your brand as a creator. And people don't really think about that. People just copy everyone else and expect, their brand to flourish. But if everyone's doing the same thing and everyone goes viral, then no one is special. So you have to stick to your own lane and build what you think is valuable and build a core audience that loves what you do and not just simply copying other people to go viral. Because you want to build a brand that really, really loves what you do and buys your products. So let's go to a purpose creator. So this is someone that creates content that they enjoy and that serves their core audience. And they have one simple offer, which is probably just like an info product, a coaching offer. Some people have different layers of access. So some people have like a group coaching offer, and then they've got like a higher tier one-on-one coaching offer. And they use the simple C4 system, which I'll get onto soon about how that works. But they have a system that allows them to not be burnt out. And not only that, they rely on ads plus organic content. Because when you rely on both, you're just a bit more stable. You know where your next customer is coming from, and you're not like kind of on edge every single month. So what is the C4 system? This is the system that we've been using to scale coaches to 10 to 30K a month and beyond. And it's a very, very simple system. And as you notice, it's not a funnel. It's a flywheel. And the reason it's a flywheel is because every single thing serves each other and then circles around. And it gets stronger as you continue. So the first thing that kind of launches this system into place is a crafted ad. And this is a simple boosted reel ad on Instagram. So let's just assume you've got good organic content on your Instagram. You have a good product. You know that it's got a good fit to your audience. And right now you just need more leads or just more followers on your page that can buy your product. So there you launch a crafted ad, which is a simple ad that you boost on Instagram. So let's say you're I'll just use an example of a fitness coach because it's kind of easy. But let's say you're a fitness coach and you want to help people lose 20 pounds in 3 months. You would call out your audience, you would tell them what you'll do, which is lose 30 pounds in 3 months, and that they should follow you here on Instagram if they want to learn more. And when they go on your Instagram, you don't only have content about how to lose 30 pounds in 3 months, because that doesn't make you unique. There's so many fitness coaches out there, but you have an authentic brand that shows your story, what you do, how you help people, your transformations, and everything that makes you unique as an individual to build trust with this person. And that's where the content comes in, right? You want to make it easy to make content on Instagram and YouTube, and you don't have to post daily, that nurtures people from this. And this is where your story comes in. This is where everything comes into your brand. And the reason why we do Instagram and YouTube is because Instagram is kind of a top of funnel platform. So where people get to know you, where they get to learn about who you are. And YouTube is a place where it builds further depth. So how do I say it? Like, people come from Instagram, they go on YouTube, they build a further relationship with you, and they spend 7 hours with you before they become a customer. And I'll go into the 7-hour rule in a second. But that's how it works. Then we have a free or low ticket community on Skool to nurture people into your higher ticket products. Because let's say you're a coach and you want to, grow your offer, and you have your ad, you've got your content, but let's say the YouTube isn't enough. People still want to get a teaser of what you have to offer. That's where the community comes in. They can be a bit closer to you. They can have some conversations in the community. They can go through a few free modules that you have to offer. I always recommend having this community free, just so you get enough people in there that can actually really enjoy the community. And finally, you're going to have conversations with people on Skool and Instagram that are interested in what you have to offer. And you simply book them on a call and kind of repeat the process. So that's the C4 system, and that's what purpose creators use in order to not burn out, and in order to have a simple system that leads into each other, that they can actually they can run this as a one-person business. They don't need 5 employees to run this. You just do a simple ad, create some content, you do this a few hours a month, you have a community that you engage with, and then you have conversations. So I mentioned the 7-hour rule. Well, it's actually called the 7-11-4 rule, which means, and this is from Google. Let me just explain the definition. So Google's research identified that it's on your website, social media, in person, whatever it is. Someone has to spend 7 hours on average researching your product, looking at reviews, comparing the competition, and consuming content about your brand across 11 touch points and 4 different locations before they are ready to make a decision. It's kind of cut off here. So this is where this comes into place, and this perfectly reflects the C4 system. So 7 hours. They will spend 7 hours with you, mostly on YouTube, or you can upload your YouTube videos as a podcast as well if you like. Because with Spotify, you can upload them as video now as well. So yeah, 7 hours. Of course, some people will spend a lot of time on your Instagram, but mostly your Instagram, unless you have tons of stories every single day, will mostly only add up to a few minutes every day, because reels and stuff are fairly short. Yeah. So the 11 touch points would be stories, short form content, YouTube, email, community, and so on. By the way, this isn't 11 different bullet points, obviously, but this is where they would have the touch points. So for example, maybe once they look at a YouTube video, then they look at a few stories, maybe 3-4 stories. That's already, 4. Then they check an email that you sent out, which is 5, and then they go through some more reels, and you get the point, right? It's just going and touching on these different points on your brand. By the way, the good thing about Skool is when you build the Skool community, you collect their emails as well, and whenever you have a community post, emails get sent out automatically. So that's how you touch on this, and basically have, this. Wait, let me make this in wide so you can actually see it. You have this let me make this better. These are both combined because it's kind of the same thing when you do it with Skool. And then 4 places. You've got Instagram, you've got YouTube, you've got community, which is the Skool, and you've got email, which is pretty straightforward, right? These are the places that you can do that. And as I said, the good thing about Skool is if you want, you can make an email sequence, but with Skool is connected with email, so it automatically emails them, which is a new touch point. So, that is basically it. This is a broad overview on how to grow as a creator, how to build a broad audience, and then have your core audience, which you serve with your product. What you have to build to be a purpose creator. So build your core audience, have your one simple offer, have your simple C4 system, rely on ads plus organic using this system, and then make sure you take into account the 7-11-4 rule in order to scale your business. Because from working with creators with almost 1 million followers, you'll be surprised how little understand the process of nurturing. Because when it comes to Instagram is a very surface level, or any social media platform, it's very surface level. Like, even if you got millions of followers, like, this social media only is very surface level. In order to build more connection and build more trust, you have to have deeper things like a YouTube channel. Or, YouTube channel, I would put probably, let me just make this a bit closer. YouTube channel, you can put newsletter in there. I'll just put newsletter, and build even more trust. And then you have to have something maybe like a community that builds even more trust. And then, okay, that's not written very nicely, and then you have a conversation. I'll just do convo. And that is how you get the sales. And most people just start off here and wonder why they're not making any sales. It's because you need to build more depth with your audience, especially if you're doing high ticket, which is the most effective way to kind of build a sustainable income as a beginner, because you don't want to have a huge, massive audience and then sell $50 products, because it's, first of all, it's way harder, and second of all, it's kind of a later play, because what most people do is they do high ticket first, get up a good income, they build their brand, and then they later make it more, their content even more broad, and then make it cheaper and do low ticket products. So hopefully this gave you a good overview of how to build your audience, become a purpose creator, not a burnt out creator, how to use the C4 method, how to follow the 7-11-4 rule, and then how to build depth with your audience, and then obviously with your customer, to build your business that fuels your dreams. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I really, really do. If you want to build your own Skool community, in the description is a link to do that. Is to just click on it. It's a referral link to build your own Skool community. And if you want to get started to build this C4 system and build it within 1 week, just DM me on Instagram and just DM me the keyword C4 and we can start. Other than that, have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.